Hanging with Deez. Here we go. YouTube episode number 2. I, of course, am your host, Deez, and with me, as always, Bubba J over there. And it's been, a little over a week? Something like that?
Yeah, a little bit.
Somewhere in let's just go ahead and talk about our predictions. And then with those predictions, we'll get into the other stuff that we have here on the old document. I am going to go ahead and let you lead off with your uh let's do your NFC predictions first, and
Okay.
then I'll do mine, then we'll do the AFC. Uh just go all the way up to your NFC champion, and then I'll do my NFC champion, then, AFC, and go from there.
All right. Well, I'm bold. I see things a little different than others. I don't stick with the norm. I think the Eagles are a great team. I really do.
Oh, wait a minute. We have breaking news.
Uh-oh.
Somebody just posted on our YouTube. Kevin Dotson, who was the starting guard for the Pittsburgh Steelers, has been traded to the Rams, is what I'm seeing.
Really?
Yeah, you go ahead and continue on with yours. I'm gonna look this up right quick and see what I find.
I must not have spelled his name right because that is not the dot. That is not him. Anyway, for my NFC division winners, I've got the 49ers taking the West. I have, here we go. So, West, I got the 49ers. Christian McCaffrey, Brock Purdy, Deebo Samuel. That defense looked great in preseason. They look tough. They're fast. They just look really good. I think the 49ers in that division, because everybody else I think is going to be terrible, with the Rams and the Seahawks battling for a mediocre second place. I think Arizona is probably going to be the number one overall pick in 2024's draft. But we'll see. But I'm going with Niners there. The South, I'm going out on a limb. No more TB12. You've got some rookie quarterbacks.
Not.
You got some rookie quarterbacks in there. I'm going Saints.
Oh, okay. I thought you were about to give it to the Bucks.
Oh, God, no. Baker Mayfield couldn't lead himself out of a wet paper bag. I do not like Baker at all. I think he's an okay quarterback.
To be fair, he's got some dogs at receiver.
He does. But there's a Q by all of them if you look at your fantasy stats.
Yeah.
I mean, it seems like Mike Evans never gets old. I mean, to me, he feels like he's been in the league 30 years.
Right.
But yeah, he's got guys to throw the ball to, so we'll see. But I don't see him leading them past to a division championship.
Right.
They could surprise me and sneak in as a wild card, but I don't think so. I think the Saints are going to take it. You got Derek Carr. Michael Thomas is healthy. Olave. Once Alvin Kamara gets off his 3-game suspension, they've got the weapons to do it.
Yeah. So far, I'll jump in here. So far, we are both in agreement on the division winners. I also have the 49ers, and I also have the Saints, basically for the same reasons that you have there.
Yeah.
I think Brock Purdy is going to take a step back this year because there's tape on him now.
Right.
Not that I don't think he's trash. I think he's proven that he's a solid NFL quarterback. I just don't think it's going to be quite the show that it was last year, but that team built around him is phenomenal. And even if he does regress, there's enough talent there. If they get Joey Bosa signed, or not Joey, Nick. Wait, which one do they have?
They
got
want both
Nick.
of them.
They got Nick.
They got Nick, and there was talks earlier in the season of Joey signing there
Oh wow.
because he really wants to. We really wants to play with his
There's
brother.
no way they can afford that. No chance.
No, but if they could,
Yeah, it's a pipe dream for sure, but I can't imagine it.
I don't know. But
They can't make one Bosa happy right now, let alone two.
yeah, but what if the Boses get together and say, "Hey, let's take a pay cut to play together"?
Yeah, I mean, but
The Watts did it.
Well, Derek, but that's JJ didn't.
No,
Derek's not, ain't like he's commanding 20 million per like his two brothers. The way the Boses, both of them are going to be in. I gotta think
Hall of Fame.
30. Well, that too, but they're going to be asking for like 30 mil a piece. So, but yeah, go ahead with your next NFC. Right now, we're both in agreement.
So my next NFC leader, I think the Lions are going to take the North.
3 for 3.
They're gonna sneak past the Vikings by a game or so. To take the North, I think the Bears are going to be okay. Maybe 9-8 ish
For the Bears?
Yep. Maybe. We'll see.
Yeah, it potentially. I mean, that division is going to beat up on each other a lot.
It is, but I think the Packers are going to be last place. I don't believe the hype and Love. He's had a couple good throws.
He's looked solid.
He's looked okay, but that Detroit defense.
I think they're ready to take the next step. I really do.
I don't have any faith in Green Bay's offensive line. Aaron Jones is getting older. Green Bay's got Dobbs and I can't remember the other guy's name.
Did they? They just got Dobbs from Cleveland, correct?
No, he was there last year.
Oh, I'm thinking of Josh Dobbs.
So I think the Lions are going to take it. I think Packers are going to be at the bottom finally, where they belong. And it's going to be between Chicago and Minnesota for second place, somewhere around that 9-10 game win. I think Lions are going to go 11-6.
Yeah, Josh Dobbs went to the Cardinals in a trade. It's who I was thinking of. I agree with that pick. I also have the Lions winning that division. I think, much like you, I think that division is going to be very tight. I think the Lions and the Vikings are probably going to come down to the last game or two of the season. Right. And then I think that Chicago, I still think Green Bay is going to be a little bit better than Chicago, but I wouldn't be shocked. I think they'll both be in the 7-9 win range. And you could convince me either way as far as who's going to finish third or fourth.
Yeah, and it all depends on them swing games too. I mean, there's games there they beat themselves. There's games in there where there's no way they can win and they can sneak out a win.
Right.
If the Bears can win a couple of them hard games, they could very well be in contention. I mean, they've got DJ Moore. You got Fields. It's not a bad team, but I think the Lions are much better.
Yeah, I agree. I can now confirm the report that we got that Kevin Dotson has in fact been traded from the Steelers to the Rams, and I'm liking it. The Rams get Kevin Dotson and next year's 5th round pick and 2025's 6th round pick from the Steelers. The Steelers get next year's 4th round pick from the Rams and 2025's 5th round pick. So I'm happy with that deal. And what it tells me is that they really like what they're seeing out of both. Well, Isaac Simalu has just been a monster. I think James Daniels, who we got from the Bears last year, will now. Well, I think he was already starting right guard. Dotson, yeah. So we've already got our solid. We got Nick Herbig, who can back up both sides. So that's a great move for the Steelers, as far as I'm concerned.
It gives an opportunity to get some younger guys in there next year.
Yep. So all right, back to the predictions. We are NFC East.
We're in the East. We're in my division.
Uh-huh.
And if you want to cheat, look at the doc. You can see who wins it. But I think the Eagles and the Cowboys. And now, without pulling up the schedule, but I'm pretty sure they play the last week against the Eagles again. Let me see here. Week 17. No, we got the Commanders on week 18. So week 14 against the Eagles is going to be the deciding game. And I'm going to hold out hope. My loyalty is going to prevail. And Dallas is going to win the division week 14 or week 18 with a win at Washington and a loss by Philly somehow, some way, and take the division. With that being said, my 3 wild cards are the.
Hold on before we go there.
Sure.
My NFC East pick, and I agree. I think it's going to come down to the wire, but I got the Eagles.
Yep. And you can flip a coin for me. Only reason I'm going with my boys because, like I've said, it's our year, man. It's always our year.
Right.
It's got to be our year. I mean, McCarthy's on the chopping block. Dak's on the chopping block. You got guys that are leaving because they're not getting paid. You got guys that we gotta get a Super Bowl. We have to. It's been too long. Jerry's not going to die without another one, and we all need that to happen, or him to retire, or something.
So to sum up our division picks for the NFC, we agree on the Lions, the 49ers, and the Saints. And Bubba is picking the Cowboys to win the NFC East. I'm picking the Eagles. Bubba, who are your 3 wild card teams?
I've got the Eagles, obviously. I've got the Vikings coming out of the North. And then my surprise team is the Falcons.
Oh, wow.
They added 2 key defensive linemen to beef up that defense, in Calais Campbell and Bud Dupree. And then they also picked up Jesse Bates and Jeff Okudah in the secondary.
Yeah.
They needed defensive help. They got it. If the offense can come together,
that's the big question mark, is Desmond Ridder.
I really think they, on paper, they have the people to make a run at the wild card. If you look at everybody else, the only other team in there, in my opinion, that could fight for it would be the Vikings. Sorry.
Which you had them.
Yeah, which I already have them, sorry. Would be the Giants, depending on how the East goes. We had those 3 got in the playoffs last year. If the Giants stay where they're at, they could make. But I don't see anybody else in the South and nobody in the West. I think they're prime and ready for a wild card spot.
Yeah, I mean,
I think I would be excited. I would be excited to see the Dirty Bird back in the playoffs. I really would.
My wild card teams, again, we agree on the Vikings. On the other side of the coin, I am putting the Cowboys in there, and I am taking the Giants. I think they have improved enough, and picking up Isaiah Simmons from the Cardinals, I think, is really going to help their defense. again, that division is going to beat up on them. I see them in maybe the 9 to 10 win range, but looking at the NFC as a whole, I think that's going to be enough to get a team like the Giants in.
Right.
So,
yeah. And again, you could almost flip a coin. I mean, I don't see the NFC East putting 3 teams in the playoffs again. That's why I went with the Falcons. I mean, you got Kyle Pitts, Drake London. If that offense can go, they got Cordell Patterson as a running back this year. Bijan Robinson.
mm-hmm.
It's
the pieces are there. It's just they're very young, and can they put it together?
There's no reason they can't.
Yeah. If Bud Dupree, who didn't have very much success in Tennessee, but he was really kind of playing out of his natural position, if the Falcons can get a little bit of his fire back, yeah, I can't argue with that. I think Atlanta is on paper going to be a much improved team if Desmond Ridder is ready to make that jump.
Right.
So that being said,
because you don't have anybody else.
Yeah, no, you're right. The NFC, once you get past those 7-8 teams, the other half is not really worth a look.
Nope.
Who's your NFC champion?
My NFC champion. Oh, I went with the Niners. I think they're going to surprise some people. I think they're going to stay healthy. I hate saying it as a Cowboy fan, we don't root for the Niners, but it's hard to. I mean, I can't go Cowboys. I think on paper they got it too, yeah. But Purdy proved himself last year. That defense again. Defense wins championships, like everybody says, and their defense is phenomenal.
Yeah.
I don't see with the teams I picked in the NFC playoffs. There's only 2 teams that even have a chance to beat the Niners, and that's the Eagles and the Cowboys. And I think the Niners are better than the Eagles on paper. I think they're faster at the point of attack. I went bold. I went against, because last year I had Eagles and Bills. Eagles were really good. They're still really good. I don't see them going. I just don't see them doing it again. I don't. It's very rare for a team to go twice, 3 times, 4 times in a row. Right. We're not talking about the Patriots and Tom Brady. We're talking about the Eagles and Jalen Hurts, who, if he gets hurt, their season's over.
Yeah. Well, my NFC pick is the Eagles. I don't see where they got worse.
No.
A lot of it, Jalen had an MVP caliber season. And I think if he doesn't get hurt, I think he does win the MVP last year. Obviously, that's going to be a big what if can he stay healthy, playing the style that he plays?
Right.
But I think that they're coming in hungry. I like what what the hell is their coach's name? Sirianni.
Yep.
I like Sirianni. I think that they are going to come in hungry, and that's my pick for the NFC.